Hey guys, Brent SIbley, Sibley Law Firm. This is one of the new videos that we're going to do, which is designed for our attorney friends that we do business with, and that we have co-counsel cases with. Kind of an instructional series I'm going to start doing so that the guys that we work with and girls get a little bit of a better understanding of what's going on behind the scenes and how we're using the systems that we have in place, to use the software to get things done efficiently. So today, what I'm going to go over is how it works on our side when we're getting ready to close a case and we're evaluating maybe an offer, or we already know what the settlement amount is and we're getting ready to do all the paperwork to close the case out and figuring out what the client net recovery is going to be. So this is PracticePanther. This is our operating system, our practice management system that we use. We've been on it over a year now. We love it. So as you can see, I'm the client, and it's a demo matter that I created. So it's completely all fake information, no client information here. And basically what we have is we have the payments tab here, which is going to be reflective of the different doctor's bills that this client might have. And we have the expenses here, which is reflective of all of the different monies that the law firm has spent out of pocket on pursuing the case. I'm going to delete this one real quickly because I'm going to go over that with you guys in a second. So we have this case, and we're getting ready to maybe settle it. We're at mediation and we're evaluating an offer, and we have all the doctor's bills here, and we've already entered them in. So for example, we have full final payment of patient's balance, and we already have this payment entered in as for $2,500. So let's just assume that we've already negotiated the reduction, and this is what we know we're going to have to pay. This is one of the doctor's offices that we've worked with in the past, so I've already put this information in. What's great is that we already have their information in here, so this system later on down the road will automatically pull up their information, and we can just print the check directly from PracticePanther 2, which is really time saving and very efficient. So going back over here, I'll go over to the payments tab, and we're going to look at we're going to look here. So basically the total medical bills right now are $16,300. If you go into expenses, the total out-of-pocket firm expenses are $89.27. So quickly we can go over here, and you can see the trust is in a negative amount because we've already put in the numbers that we're going to be using to pay the doctor's bills. And the billable amount, which is the amount that the firm is owed, is right here, so $89.27. So now let's just evaluate a offer. Okay, so let's just say we're at mediation and we'll get an offer of $100,000. So we're going to put in the payment. We're going to add the retainer. We're going to add a payment to our trust account. So 100,000. We'll add it to. We have a demo trust account for this video. Change it to check, and we'll add a little note just for the time being. Hypothetical best current offer, just for the sake of this video, at mediation. We'll add the retainer, and now you can see it here. It's blue, showing up as blue because it's new money in, and all these bills are still coming out. So now if you look up here, the trust account is going to have a balance of $83,700, which is automatically going to be calculated based on how much money we would have settled the case for, 100 minus all of the doctor's bills. Of course, we're still owed our $89.27, and of course now we're owed our attorney's fees. So we're going to go over here to time entries. We're going to put in our attorney's fee. So we're just going to add one entry. Put it for 40%. Since we're in litigation, the fee is 40%, so it's $40,000 fee. So our fee is $40,000. As you can see, the billable amount now automatically went up to $48,927, and the client amount. So let's just say we're sitting there in the mediation. We can quickly just do 83,700 minus $48,927. So this is what the client would be taking home right now. We know that right away. It's all the math is done for us. There's no questions, and this is really, really important because through my career I've worked with other attorneys, and because this is complicated and there's a lot of moving parts, sometimes the attorney will give the client the answer, which is, well, we're settling it for 100, but I'm going to do the best I can and I'm going to get you the most. But clients really hate that answer because they just feel like they're going to get the shaft at the end of the case. So there's no reason why you can't do it this way. Sorry, support ticket popped open there. This way they know exactly. There's no second guessing. All this information is being put in over time as the case is open anyway. So, this is real information. There's no guessing. There's no problems here. So now, client says that's a little low. I agree that's a little low. Let's tell them our rock bottom number is 125. Okay, that's reasonable. They'll probably do that anyway. So I wish it was that easy in real life. 125. So let's say we just change this quickly to 125. Change that. Our attorney's fee is going to change. That's the only other thing that's going to change. So we're going to go back over here and just change our attorney's fees. And we could say, you know what, client, we'll even give you a slight discount. And I do this sometimes. Most attorneys never do it, but so 125, the attorney's fee times 0.4 would be $50,000, but we'll give them a $5,000 break just so that we get this case settled, because we want to get it settled and we want to move on to the next one. So give them a small break. So we'll go in here and we'll edit this. Instead of $40,000, we'll give him a $5,000 discount. So we're going to make it $45,000 is the attorney's fee. Now, all the numbers are automatically updated. So the total is in the trust account is 108. This is the 53,927. So 108,927. Oops, I read the wrong one. 108,700 minus 53,927. So client's getting, which is perfect. I always try and do this. I always want the client to get more than the lawyers get, even when you factor in our costs too. So the client here would be getting 54,000. The law firm would be getting 53 back. So I always like to do that. And this calculator here is just for, we're not going to be relying on this. We want to minimize the amount of possible human error at all points, especially when you're dealing with trust account money. So you want to rely on the systems that you have in place, and that's going to prevent problems and prevent people from making huge mistakes that, get them disbarred. So we're going to go back now. So client says, okay, we ran the numbers, 54, let's take the deal. So we take the deal. Now we're going to go back in here quickly. And basically the final step is all we have to do now is go over here to Invoices. And this is really, really nice because this is going to this is how we generate our closing statement. So we don't have to manually copy and paste any information. Again, you want to reduce that as much as possible. So we go to New Invoice, generate the invoice. It's going to show basically the entire case. It's going to show all the information, all the expenses of the case, $45,000 attorney's fees, all the different fees that we spent. So I had just put in some expenses here earlier. Mediation for $500, copying, getting ready for trial, experts, trial fee. All this stuff it's another topic for another day, but you can customize all this stuff too, which is great. So we've already done a lot of customizing. Then here, I'm gonna leave this box checked off. So use trust account balance to pay for this invoice. So it's automatically going to take money out of the trust account and it's gonna pay it. So I'm gonna press save. And you're going to see what happens here at the end, which is the best part. It's going to create this whole invoice here, show it to me. Everything's here. It's going to break down everything. But really, what's really nice, especially after a big case, is you're going to see the line-by-line breakdown of exactly what's going on with the client trust account. So you'll see. And usually the settlement is the first money that comes in because we settle the case and it shows up here. So the 125 would show up at the top, and then we'd pay all the doctor's bills because those would be dated later. And at the end, This would be the client net. So again, no math required at all. It does it all for you. Matches up here, which is nice, just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. So this shows you the full accounting, 125,000 settlement, this doctor, this doctor, this doctor, then the attorney's fees invoice, breaks down all the expenses that the attorneys paid, that we had paid for here, and then you're done. Just click download, and you have your final itemized thing. Can have the client come, sign everything, initial all the pages, and that's it. We're done. So just to kind of try to make it as brief as possible, show you guys how we use this system here to make sure that we do everything right with the numbers at the end of the case.